to the WLRS Crypto Daily Show. Remember to catch your favorite WLRS Crypto Radio content on Spotify and everywhere podcasts are heard. Hello and welcome to the Daily Crypto Show, brought to you by WLRS Crypto Radio. I'm your host, David, and I'm here with Dylan to cover the most recent stories happening in crypto today. As always, this information is for entertainment and educational purposes only. It is not financial advice. It's not even advice. Today is March 9th, 2023, and that makes it National Meatball Day. So bring out the meat talk and roll some beef with us. Dylan, get off your phone. What is this? What is that? Beef? Beef roasts? What are you doing? You might be muted. I can't hear you. It's beef and feet.
I was in fact muted because I was vaping, which is what you told me to do when I vape.
It's true. The kids don't want to hear it when you're vaping. When we're out giving all our financial advice, the kids don't want to hear you vaping. What do you think about Meatball Day?
So, meatballs were the only sandwich from Subway that I would eat for probably like 10 years until I later started working at Subway. It was my second job I ever had. I was a sandwich artist.
I love that title.
17 years old. Mom, if you're listening to this, no, you're not. I came in to Subway every day just stoned out of my fucking gourd. And people would be like, I didn't get trained well. Or I might have, but I was stoned. So anyway, people would ask me, I'd say, would you like the sandwich toasted? And a lot of people don't want their sandwich toasted because it kind of hardens the bread a little bit. Not everybody likes that.
Yeah,
so
but
they would say, no, I don't want it toasted. So I would take the cold ass chicken or whatever it was, bacon, slide that bad boy right on the sandwich and move her along. I wouldn't microwave nothing. If they didn't want it toasted, they got a cold fucking sandwich.
Are you
supposed to microwave that? I don't have a microwave, sir. I've got a toaster. Do you want it toasted?
I have never not gotten it toasted.
There's people out there.
I don't care what it is. Like, it's a cold cut sandwich. Toasted.
You want it toasted? I like mine toasted with some jalapenos and some bell pepper.
Were you there during the whole yoga mat scandal?
No, this would have been in 2009, 2010.
I don't know when the yoga mat thing was.
Is that where Jared got arrested for child pornography?
No, it was like they said that the bread, it was like made out of had some of the same ingredients as yoga mats.
Don't trust that bread. It came in it was flash frozen, the dough, and it was just like this long, and you just popped it in the microwave, and then the oven, and then all of a sudden it was just fucking bread.
You're all-purpose utility.
It was like the Spy Kids microwave, and then poop, there's a McDonald's for you. That's like how Subway bread's made.
It's like an easy bake oven for the Subway bread. I don't need to go there. Surprising though about the meatball like I was a chicken bacon ranch person for a long time.
It's my second sandwich.
It's like if you don't offer that, meatball's too messy because like I'll eat something and then the meatball will immediately fall out and hit my shirt, like without fail. I could be holding the meatballs and all three of them or whatever you guys were legally allowed to put in. I'd like extra meatballs. Can't do that, sir. Company policy. Can I pay extra for more meatballs? No.
It would fall. 3 per 6 inches. It's 1 per 2 inch is how we did it.
1 meatball for every 2 inches. That's some sandwich art. Didn't do my vocal warm-ups, if you can't tell. Sandwich artists math. Now, National Meatball Day had 9,000 shares on my secret source, but it's surprising that it won out over National Barbie Day, which is also today, and that only had 3,000 shares.
I got
So
no Barbie stories.
I got
Got meatball
Barbie
stories for
stories. They don't
days.
make them like they used to. That's my Barbie story. I got my kid a Barbie, and it was a one of the Encanto ones, and she was playing with it. Boom, popped the leg off day one. And I don't mean like the old Barbies, you pop the leg off and you can pop it back in. These new age Barbies, I don't know what it is, but leg pops off. It's the ball joint doesn't come with it, so she's got a legless Encanto sister Barbie doll. Maybe that's why they only got 3,000 shares. All right, we got Tampa in chat saying some weird stuff.
What kind of poop do you eat in Finland? Finland's not a real
Easter,
place, by the way. It doesn't exist, and Tampa's just gaslighting us. But that's another conversation for another time. I've meant to bring that up to him.
if it's dessert, it can't be bad, he says.
Poop dessert? I beg to differ.
You know what can't be that bad? The incredible sponsors we have for this show. This week's content is brought to you by WarFi, an intuitive investing experience on Binance Smart Chain. Buy a Warbot NFT and let it accumulate rewards from trading bot investments. Learn more for yourself at warfi.games. James Pelton, I saw, was tweeting about it. He was going on about whatever the Warbot's monthly returns were.
Nice.
This show is also brought to you by Vinium Finance. Take control of your money and become your own bank with Vinium. Vinium has an aggressive roadmap, making it a DeFi hub, unlike any other similar lending and borrowing platforms. They are building a lot over there, including NFT collateralized lending and borrowing, permissionless leverage yield farming, and plenty of other revenue generating services. Unleash your capital with Vinium. Learn more at vinium.finance. Tampa's still going on. Easter pudding, telling us to Google stuff.
It's mommy. Do you guys call do you guys call it mommy, or is it mammy, or what is it?
We'll let the readers,
Mommy?
the viewers, figure it out. That's Miami. Finnish Easter pudding. I will have to Google that because I don't know what's involved in Finnish Easter pudding. Apparently, poop. He does.
It does look like poop. He posted it the other night in chat. It
Oh,
does look like poop, and you people should be ashamed of yourselves.
you people. I had Snack Crate for a while, and that's like a monthly subscription box, and they send you snacks from all over the world. And one, I don't remember what country it was from, but it was one of these northern fishing export countries in Europe, and it was like this licorice. Maybe it was Iceland, but it was licorice, and it was like salted black licorice that had like a ton of salt on it. And you put it in your mouth, and you immediately want to like throw up. It was so gross.
I hate licorice. Licorice is
Like if you hate
absolutely
licorice, you
disgusting.
will hate this. Like
I despise licorice.
the salt, like it's like a super fine salt powder, and it just amplifies the licorice flavor immediately. So if you like, it's just mm. uh Speaking of traveling the world, uh we have a list of the top 5 countries in regards to blockchain adoption per an article from Cointelegraph. So these are, according to them, the top 5 countries in regards to blockchain support. Uh, excuse me. Maybe I'll count down. We'll start at number 5 and then go to number 1. Excuse me. It's the bubble water. It's making the audio quality not good. United Arab Emirates is number 5. This region has always had a reputation for being a hotspot for digital innovation, and blockchain allows the government and businesses to save time, money, and effort while allowing people to use transparent and decentralized systems. Malta gained a reputation as a blockchain island after drafting some industry regulations to speed the growth of technology, basically the opposite of the US. In 2018, the Parliament passed 3 laws providing regulatory frameworks for blockchain and digital currencies to regulate ICOs, digital assets, and digital currencies and related services. Now that's crazy. You're letting Malta beat you, United States. How big is Malta? Like,
Malta is tiny. I believe it's an island nation. Let's see here. It is, in fact, an
it's
island nation
122 square miles. It's like
right
big as
off
New
the
York City.
coast of Syracuse in Italy. So,
It's smaller than New York City.
for our non-American friends, you may be thinking, wow, how do they not know where Malta is? Or wow, how do they not know where Europe is? It's because in America, we aren't taught that. We are actually just taught the 50 states. We don't remember those either. And that's all there is to it.
You remember the capitals? You had to remember the capitals.
Don't remember one of them.
And you had some anal geography teacher that would be like, yeah, and then you have to star where the capital was, and you get points for like how far away you actually were.
It's the Northeast. If you are not American and you were born up there, so you might know a little bit more than I do, but it's a clusterfuck. It's just a fucking mess, is what it is up there.
Up where?
Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, all those places. Like, it's just a fucking, like, state-wise, geography-wise, it's just a mess.
No,
Anyway,
I think it's easy because it's unique. All those states have a very unique shape, and but then you get out to the Midwest and everything's just a cube. Every state is a square. You're like, is that Montana, Utah? What are we doing? Is Colorado,
Colorado's
Idaho?
just a great big square in the middle of all of it.
Yeah. And then you have what is it? Utah. That's like a square with a little triangle bit a part of it. I don't know.
It's another little square on top.
Yeah, it's got little squares. Singapore is at number 3. The government investing heavily in blockchain research and development. Due to its favorable regulatory climate, Singapore has become a hotspot for ICOs. And yeah, so now we're getting to the bigger countries that are in the news a lot for their crypto support. Portugal coming in at number 2. Portugal has proactively created a favorable environment for blockchain and cryptocurrency startups. The nation has actively used blockchain technology in public services, healthcare, and supply chain management. Maybe we should do that. USA
Yes.
supply chain is a disaster.
And then number
can
one
you
is
guess at
no.
number 1? I
Yeah,
guess you already looked at the show notes.
of course I did.
If we had Austin in here, we could have had him guess because he doesn't read the show notes.
He would have guessed this anyway because we were actually talking about it 2 or 3 days ago.
What about Tampa? Is he still in here? I can't wait that long. Tampa, if you are in here, we're going to do the next news story, and then we'll come back to number 1, and you can guess what number 1 is. So we're going to give him a chance to play that, and all you listeners are just going to have to deal with that. TenderFi, the DeFi protocol, which was quote unquote hacked by a quote unquote white hat hacker / exploiter. The hacker behind the exploit of the DeFi lending platform TenderFi has returned quote unquote stolen funds for a $97,000 bounty reward. The exploit was executed on March 7th, and TenderFi confirmed on Twitter, citing an unusual amount of borrows. The Q, Tom, but what's the number 1 country in regards to blockchain adoption? Number 1 country. Don't Google it. But yeah, back to this, like, I'm getting kind of frustrated with everyone calling all these, like, flash loan exploits hackers. They're not hacking. They're not, like, sitting on their keyboard smashing keys, like hacking into the servers. They're just using the same trick
They found an exploit. Yeah, I mean it is what it is, and it's going to keep happening as long as people are just shitting contracts out left and right.
Yeah, and if you if you fork it, uh, then you're literally forking the exact same vulnerability over to the next platform. China, you're not right. It's not China. It is El Salvador, which has emerged as a global pioneer in adopting blockchain tech after becoming the first nation to recognize Bitcoin as a legal tender. China's been in the news. China has the whales. China's been in the news recently, but they barely have any sort of crypto setup, right? We just had in the news, I think last week, right? Where's El Salvador? See, we're not the only ones who don't know our geography.
That is in South America, I believe.
It's where all the Bitcoin is.
It's
They
true.
buy one, they buy 1 Bitcoin a day. Um, but yeah, just a couple weeks ago, China just started saying that they were gonna make a DeFi hub or a crypto hub in Hong Kong, and that was just gonna be for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I think China, like, it has the population and some of the investing whales, but I don't think it has the blockchain adoption to be number one. And Portugal also, which was number two, has a bunch of those Bitcoin Bitcoin ATMs and stuff like that.
True.
I got a fun one. I got a fun piece of news. Wow, that was rude, Tampa. He says we don't even know where our country is on the map.
He's not wrong.
Those people don't speak for us. Those people you see on the TikToks, they don't speak for Americans.
No, they pretty much do though.
Well, because they got them on camera, but like, I don't know. Starbucks. Starbucks. Coffee speaks for Americans. And they're launching its first paid NFT after the success of a free NFT launch. Starbucks Odyssey will launch a limited edition Siren collection for beta users of the platform, offering 2,000 NFTs that would be sold for $100 a piece. So if you didn't already spend too much on your coffee, you can spend a bunch on a Starbucks NFT. Each unique piece of artwork is inspired by the brand's iconic logo. Each user may purchase up to 2 NFTs, and each comes with 1,500 bonus points that can be used to level up a user's Odyssey account to earn future rewards. So I don't know if they're moving the uh, the Starbucks rewards app to this Odyssey thing.
No.
They're
No,
not.
I'm pretty sure it's just kind of like what Trump did, let's launch an NFT and then the
Well,
royalties
no,
on
they
the
have a
sale.
thing. They have this Odyssey account.
I just can't imagine it'll be
And
connected.
what's the bonus points? Because I get stars when I spend too much money on coffee at Starbucks. I get like 2 stars for every dollar, and then I can turn around and redeem those stars for like a free upgrade to oat milk or something like that.
What in the fuck is oat milk?
It's milk from
Uh,
the oats.
I don't drink Starbucks personally because there's not one around me. There was when I lived in Lexington. There's not where I currently live. Um, Oats don't have the organs required to milk.
Neither do
I
almonds, but
do
they pull it
know.
off.
Nope, they don't. I do know a little. I know a thing or two about some milking,
Rice,
and you can't
rice,
get it out of no almond or oat.
rice milk. Oat milk is the superior milk of all the fake milks,
I don't drink any
and I
milk.
will die on that hill, and I will die hard on that hill.
I hate milk in general. All the
Well,
milks. Love dairy. Hate milk.
then you might like non-milk milk.
No.
Uh, well, we'll agree to disagree there. Now this one is a two-parter. New York Attorney General sues KuCoin, claiming Ethereum is a security. And I think this started a little while ago with the staking thing, right? No, that was Kraken.
Yes.
Too many K crypto.
Too many failed crypto centralized exchanges.
Yeah, I don't. KuCoin didn't fail, did it? I
Not
don't
yet.
use it. Not yet. The big Y. So they're claiming use of security. However, on the other hand, we have the chair of the commissions, the CFTC chair, saying Ethereum is a commodity, despite Gensler's Bitcoin only position. Uh, so we might not be able to find our own country on the map, but in addition to that, we don't even know what the fuck is going on. Uh, like the highest up people in finance decisions can't even agree on anything because they're just grasping at power that they shouldn't even have because it's a global thing and not a country thing. It's just a hot mess over here. Um, the chairman of Commodities and Futures Trading Commission has taken a firm stance against the SEC. The SEC's subtle power creep over the digital asset market. He said the Senate Agriculture Committee on Wednesday that Ethereum, the second largest crypto next to Bitcoin, is a commodity. I wonder how this
So
stuff holds up in court. Like when I
it
get
doesn't.
sued or
This
something.
is just headline grabbing. She's trying to sue everything she can right now. Because New York needs a good win, and so does she. That's the thing with New York; they typically sue a lot of people. You see a lot of lawsuits come out of the Southern District of New York. We've talked about them quite a bit here. This is not that, but uh, yeah, it's cases like these that establish the precedent for future cases. So if some judge takes this case up, which I highly doubt, we'll get a definition of Ethereum officially according to the law until somebody appeals it, and then that's a whole thing. But nobody gives a fuck because this is America, and we're clearly a failing democracy because we can't agree on goddamn anything.
Nope.
And the rest of the world's going to keep spinning, and they're going to keep mining Bitcoin for free. They're going to keep buying Ethereum because it's the future of currency. Biden just came out with his budget proposition, which included doubling of the capital gains tax from 20 to 40%. And
Now,
he's
however, you
also,
did say yesterday that you don't sell, so it
yeah,
doesn't matter. You
can't
don't you
get
don't
me.
own any crypto, so
You can't get me. But he is talking about a 30% tax on the electricity used for mining crypto, which does affect me and you because we both hold WLRS Anglers Club. Now, I don't think that'll get passed because that would put us 20, 30 years behind everybody else in the
that's
cryptocurrency
awesome.
game.
Like, how do you regulate that? Because
Exactly.
I can fire up nice hash on my computer and mine Bitcoin. It won't do very well, but I can. Um, that's just my computer, according
Right.
to the electric
It's
company. So I
just
mean, I don't know.
it's just nonsense. It's just that's all the news is anymore. It's just nonsense. But it's meatball day, so it's gonna be okay.
It's fine, guys. Meatball day. Go have some meatballs. Calm down. Have a
Just eat some
beer.
meatballs.
Eat some
Fucking
meatballs. And again,
stop.
since we record at night, so only the people in like Hawaii get to enjoy knowing that it's Meatball Day. Because I guarantee you, nobody besides now Tampa knew it was Meatball Day.
Nobody knew that.
You didn't know that
I wish I knew it. I would have went
until
and got a
you
meatball.
were until you read the show notes, and you were a sandwich artist for Christ's sake.
I was. I was indeed.
Cancel the man. He didn't even know.
I've been overdue for canceling,
You,
honestly.
you should get that tattooed. March 9th, Meatball Day. Never forget, big gangster letters across the chest. Ate a
Well,
kebab on Meatball Day. That's a sin. That's cancel Tampa.
cancel everybody.
Yeah, that's all we got
That's
uh,
it.
for news today. We'll be back tomorrow, Friday. It'll be our first daily show on a Friday, so maybe
It'll have to be after the Tusk Talk.
yeah. We'll make it extra fun, or we could prelude the Tusk Talk.
Sure.
No, I don't know.
We could
Either
pregame
way,
it.
it's gonna happen, and we will see you then. So thank you, everybody, and good night.
Night, guys.